Welcome to Deb's Truth Journey. If this is your first time stopping by our channel, we encourage you to click the subscribe button and become a truth seeker with us. Now, let's get into today's video.
The word Bible comes from the Latin word biblia, and it simply means a group of books. The Hebrew word translated scripture in the King James Bible is kathab. That would be H3971 from the Strong's Concordance for those of you that want to check it. And it is this word kathab is in the Old Testament 17 times. Of those 17 times, it is translated writing 14 times, register 1 time, and scripture 1 time, and that's in the book of Daniel. These translations and reinterpretations were done by European pagans many, many years after the books were written. The books of the Old Testament are actually journals written by Alkebulan ancestors. Now, Alkebulan is the ancient name of Africa. It means mother of mankind or Garden of Eden. Alkebulan is the oldest and the only word of indigenous origin. That means native to all the people in that area. They have different beliefs and customs and things like that, but they all call this land that word, Alkebulan. It was used by the Moors, Nubians, Numidians, the Carthaginians, and Ethiopians. Our Alkebulan ancestors wrote the journals to pass down traditions and customs, as well as to provide instructions and guidance to generations to come. These journals helped the people of the East to prosper and to overcome challenging times. Alkebulan, Africa, was and still is the richest in natural resources of all the countries, all the continents. And I want you to keep this in mind when you're reading in the book of Genesis, I think it's in chapter 2, how it talks about the natural resources in Alkebulan, also known as Africa. Now, life in the Western civilization, Europe, was much different than life in the East, in Africa. And I have here a couple of pictures of you so you can, just to give you a quick visual of the East versus the West. Now, this difference and the natural resources that are abounding in Africa, those were motivating factors behind the European quest to dominate Alkebulan. But to justify it, they had to minimize the worth of the natives of that land, who they claimed were barbarians and knew nothing about a monotheistic God. So they stole the Alkebulan journals and claimed them as their own. Think about it. European domination of Africa is the largest identity theft in history. Now, I shared this little historical tidbit to challenge you to begin to read the journals with a different mindset. I am challenging you to focus on reading the entire book of Genesis during the month of January. I would like for us to understand that this book was written by Black Hebrew Israelites. What I am hoping is that reading with a new mindset and sharing with each other, this will help to restore so much of what was taken from us. But no bashing or putting down each other is allowed. We are all at different stages of our walk. We need to remember to look back to help those behind us and to look forward and stretch out our hand to get help from those ahead of us. So now the challenge is to read the book of Genesis during the month of January. And here's the reading schedule. Starting today, January 1st, this week, I'd like for us to focus on reading chapters 1 through 10. Now, I really don't want you to go ahead because I want us to share with each other. We got to share the thoughts and build up our pride in realizing the legacy that our ancestors left for us. Okay? So when you read, please share your thoughts. I'm posting this on a couple of the groups that I'm in. So please share your thoughts on this group post that you're reading it in, and also go to the Decide to Win page and share Decide to Win group page and share your thoughts there. But the most important part is to read it, to get to know your true history. Happy New Year. My name is Deborah Love, and
Thank you
this
for
is
riding with me.
Decide
I
to
hope you got
Win.
something out of
And I
this
would
video.
like to present
If
to
you
you
did,
the
please
Black
like,
Hebrew
comment, and
Israelite
share.
Challenge
And don't
for
forget to subscribe and click the
2018.
bell to be notified of any new videos.
I'll
Until
begin by
next time,
just sharing a
see
little
ya.
with you first, then